All right, welcome back to part 2 of episode 78 of 20-Sided Tales, The Hunted May Cry. Where we had left off, most of our protagonists, our heroes, are back in Baldrick's Watch, readying themselves, carousing, taking care of business, research, and otherwise. But elsewhere, in the teeming, mist-shrouded wilderness, across the great river of this country, in the marmoreal meadows of old, Alikos and Lord Hammond have made off on a hunting trip. They witnessed miracles as they crossed the river, and abominable acts of nature as well. But through and through, they made it back and fro to their camp with game. Before the night came to pass, there was one last ride to yet be taken. They would go up to the cliffs and view the great mirrored falls, depicting this ancient dragon and emperor of old. But their trip to this landmark was snuffed short when in the center of this clearing, riding up from behind, several cavaliers led by Captain Viago, who spoke with a precedence and respect towards Hammond, but ultimately it was his duty to arrest this man and bring him before the Duke. Hammond, man of the people, as you've seen him to be, does not refuse this, willingly placing his hands behind his back, but still being allowed to ride his pale steed. And not but a few seconds after the manacles have magically latched on, Captain Viago reassures Hammond that yes, he can at least bring the game they captured back, but before he can even finish that sentence, a bolt hits him in the back of the neck, killing him outright as he slumps from his horse, just kind of hanging by the saddle and his foot, revealing the assassins from behind. The Black Hand underworld thugs surrounding you, waiting here. And the guards that had turned on their captain, saying that he wasn't going to make it out of here alive, Hammond. We see now you, Alikos, in the center, as Hammond nods to you that yes, this is the time.
Okay. In what direction were we riding towards? Did he please point out the direction? That's what I thought.
Riding up to the
north. Okay.
To the couple 1,000-foot drop-off cliffs that way. And these guys behind you, like in the round before the combat really begins, they've all stepped out and made themselves known. All their crossbows trained towards you and Hammond. The one assassin who killed Captain Viago says, "Don't know who you are, but we'll let you run off to the hills. Best let one live to tell the tale. Doesn't matter what you say, really. It'll be hearsay by the time it's all done."
As the man's talking, he's holding on his rinds, but he just, with the rhinestone in his hand, he just opens up his hand and silently begins calling back the steward's spear, however thousands and thousands of feet away it is. But it's like
the camera just kind of like blurs out from you for a moment as we notice in the backdrop, just sort of like the trees rustle slightly. As if they're getting ready to receive like a catcher's mitt, this spear.
I'm afraid that
You're not thinking of fighting, are you? You're severely outnumbered.
Yes. Kind of looking at the horse that Lord Hammond's on, and looking back, he's like, time to make a move.
Take no quarter, Alikos. We'll show you no mercy.
And no, they won't. As
this one must be a mute. All right. Kill him.
Nope. As take immediately as the one calls him a mute, he will bonus that leap from his saddle and as a Wolfakos just pouncing off the horse, probably staggering it as he will attempt to bite on Hammond, attempt to get him into a grapple and trying to rip him out of the saddle. I don't know if he'll resist or whatnot. And probably held actions, I'm guessing, from soldiers or assassin-like.
Not your turn.
Okay.
Essentially, you're getting ready to do this as he goes, get him. And he's coming at you.
Yep.
This hitman pulls out his light crossbow as he shifts over.
Uh-oh.
Firing at you.
Yep.
22 to
22
hit.
hits. Yes. I see.
Yes. Roll a Constitution save.
Oh,
This is
dear.
the poison.
Okay. Nice. So he takes 21. Reduced by 6.
And at the same time,
I'm sorry, 11.
as his bonus on action, incites the rest of the hunters around that are within 30 feet of him, which are just that guy. So this guy, foof, then shoots at you as well. It's on Whisper, 17 to hit.
Oh, thank goodness for the shield.
Okay, ping, goes off the shield, and it comes to your turn.
All right. Like I said, as immediately leaping to action, seeing the ways blocked off by the cavalrymen, he will bonus action, turn to a direwolf as he will leap off, kicking the horse, using the horse as a springboard as he will attempt to grapple Lord Hammond. I don't know if he resists or not.
He says to you as his reaction, "These men have stepped lightly and with treachery on their hearts on royal land. Kill them."
Oh. As immediately his eyes turn up for a moment before, okay, as he will just give a nod. And
show them why they should fear this land. Be the dragon. And yeah, you.
Oh yeah, all right, he's gonna obey his lord. As I'll roll for hit points. Praise the gods! It's a freaking beefy. Is filled with the vigor of Lord Hammond. I'm gonna phrase that better next time. But yeah, his action is he'll obey his lord. He'll go right for the one who shot at him.
The eyes of the hitman go wide.
You son of a bitch!
As he slips the first attack.
Ah, clever girl. Second attack. Woof. Boom!
Not getting away from that crit. Don't forget the extra
sir.
dice.
Yes, sir. Yep. For, oh, jeez. 33 as he's knocked prone as well.
That's his con for injury, as you bite this man's arm off that's holding the bow. This chomp. There is a primal savagery of the rage flowing through you right now in your form.
Oh, another
and
D6.
add another D6 to that. It's gritty. Yeah,
Holy
you bite this man's arm off. 24, 27, 36 damage. Yeah, you bite his arm off. He cannot use two weapons or a two-handed weapon anymore. He's just screaming at the top of his lungs.
Yeah, you better. All right. As see, 1, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. As he will rest the 45 mode. Oh hell no. He's yeah. As he's going right for the next ones, just as his lord. This guy's he'll bleed out. He'll bleed out in a few minutes.
This guy? It ain't a guy. It's a monster.
As he's getting ready to rage next turn. Fuck. Yeah, that's his turn.
Gritty rules. You can rage as a reaction to getting hit, and because of like how everything was happening, Lord Hammond's words kind of like forced you to use your reaction. You're in a rage.
Oh, nice. Okay, +2 damage on that guy.
Got it.
If he's still alive, I have no fucking clue.
Yeah, you chopped his bloody and bit off his arm. This one is going to run up fearlessly.
So that means
they're underworld thugs, man. They're here to do a job, and take it off Whisper. It's really annoying. Pack Tactics comes up and swings a sword at you twice. He's using two hands on it.
It's gonna be a long one. Sorry, guys.
22.
22 hits.
Yes. Dull sword. No, it should be slashing. That's a 4 slashing, reduced to 2. It comes to your dog, Alfie.
Yeah.
Who comes to your aid.
Oh, what a
when you
Chad.
need it.
It's a
And
dog. Because we're both canines, do we both get pack tactics? Actually, wait, our Alikos already has pack tactics. Never mind.
and bites this man for 10 piercing
Oh, nice.
and drags him to the ground.
Oh, freaking badass.
And then, because it's an attack dog, gets to make another attack as a bonus action.
Oh, it's going for the throat.
Yeah, and it does. It hits again for another 5 piercing. It's being mauled, trying to fight it off. Then Megara, oh yeah, she comes up and starts biting at his arm and neck. And Hammond kind of, it was whimpering at first, if you remember, or after he clicks again, and then gives it the permission, and it just goes and starts mauling on this guy.
Oh, this is beautiful.
Yeah, all 3 of Hammond's attack dogs are going to play. 2 to, sorry, bad with numbers. 8 piercing. That guy's very hurt. Well, kill the beast. They start yelling.
Yeah, that's fair.
This guy, they're gonna focus on the big dog.
Yeah.
He's a werewolf!
15, I think with...
Unarmored defense is still a thing.
Yeah.
So I think that misses.
So that means his DC's 18.
Yeah. He just goes off your thick fucking fur. Essentially, you are a werewolf as far as this guy's concerned. This guy runs up, mount dashes, and then kind of grabs the reins of Hammond. And I never rolled Hammond's initiative, but he probably would have rolled good one time. Yeah, 27. So he was holding an action, and as this guy goes to grab his reins, he just fucking headbutts the guy.
Oh, what a badass.
And dents this guy's helmet. Yeah, 22 to hit. And dents this guy's helmet in, actually bloodying him with that. Okay. The next thug runs up, shoots at you, Alikos.
Yep.
Advantage because pack tactics. 15 off that thick matted fur with kind of, druidic things kind of woven into it. Some of your, the wooden shield and everything's still there. And then I will say this, after that guy's turn, over the sound of this approaching horse, you can hear this oncoming whistle.
Oh, crap.
You know it's not the whistle of a wind. No, it's the sound of your spear, like Mjolnir.
Oh, nice. Does he hear what direction it's coming from?
Yeah, well, you're about to see as well, because as this guy comes dashing up to you, he gets to about here before the spear. Roll an attack with your spear. Because it goes right through this guy's back. Yeah.
Holy piss. Would it have Nature's Wrath on it? I have no idea.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Okay. For 25.
Even without it, it impales this man who comes riding up on his horse, dead, with your spear leaving a hole through him, and then entering into you, just joining your form and becoming this pair of almost like antlers off your head, made of brambled wood.
Oh boy. Oh, that's a freaking movie
These
scene.
guys, at this point, are fighting for their life against the monster. They continue to fire down upon you. That guy makes it through. That's 3 reduced to 1.
Now, does the 1 damage, if I remember Gritty...
If you take 1 and you're resistant,
yeah, that's right, that's right.
But
okay.
that's 3 reduced to 1. Alright, and this guy pulling out his fucking sword. They're beyond words at this point. They thought this would be an easy job. Little did they know.
19 hits.
For 8 slashing, reduced to 4.
Okay.
Another guard comes up. And he says, "Your rain's through, Herman." Resisting them. But they're pulling his horse away now.
Yep.
And this guy's gonna dash up with his mount. Come up to the side of you. And just try to run you through with a spear.
Yep. Oh, ouch.
Okay, no psychic, so ignore that. 4 piercing.
Okay.
And the music got too creepy for my liking. There you go. Oh, more guys run up, shooting at the wolf. The fucking hail of fire at you. 17 just
nope.
misses.
Right, it absorbs right into the bounces off one of the druidic runes, kind of glowing softly off his fur.
I rides up. He's gonna throw a spear at you. Slay the beast! Ian Hammond, don't leave here alive!
18. Oh, just hits.
You could take the wind as a reaction.
What's a wind?
Winded condition is you can only take an action or a bonus, and your speed is halved till the end of the next turn. But it doesn't hit you, essentially. You kind of like at the last second, instead of dodging the attack, you brace for impact and like you get winded.
That's right. No, he'll take it. That reaction's important.
Yep. Shink. Since then, 10 reduced to 5. Alright, this guy here, 2 strikes out at you.
18 hits.
18 hits. Schnicked 2 for
okay, we're starting to take some damage now.
3.
These bug bites are adding up.
This guy's screaming at the loss of his arm. And goes into hysterical laughter, like temporary madness, as he runs up with one arm and stabs into you with a sword.
This is I admire the commitment of this guy now, just swinging wildly. This guy's going mad.
And he just, as he's going insane like this, he's kind of calling out to them in an infernal language you've heard before, but unfamiliar to you. And as he's speaking this, you notice what minimal light is in this clearing. It's like getting darker as he's speaking this, and he's kind of not sure what he's saying, but all these guys then attack out at you.
Oh crap.
Alright, so
Boy, is this what it's like to be a boss against us? We just surround it and beat the hell out of it?
6 misses you. Yeah, you're the boss monster.
Yeah, I was about to say now. No, I'm.
And 21 hits you for 11 slashing, reduced to 5. And it comes back to your turn.
Oh, 20 damage. Okay, yeah, I'm the raid boss now. Alright, whatever this assassin's doing, I am not liking it. He's going to give him some mercy, but no mercy. As I'll just turn around and just... Going to finish this guy off. For 17?
Hits.
Nice. For 19.
He's very hurt as you fucking bite into his torso, but he's able to pull himself free in his frantic state.
Die, you bastard! 12.
Misses.
Alright.
No reckless?
No, there's all those archers. Yeah, no reckless.
Alright.
He's
not that desperate. A dire surge. You're high enough level to do that. A dire surge is you get 1 additional hasted action, but your speed drops to 0 at the end of that turn until the end of your next turn. Exemplifying you
end of your next turn.
Situation.
Alright,
you won't be moving anywhere for a turn or 2. You can make one additional attack with that.
Seeing the Lord. Oh, shit. 1, 2, 3. All right. Aziz. So stupid. All right. As 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, he's pretty much surrounded. Is he even to break out of this dog pile? Literally.
It'd be contested. There's one space you could squeeze through, but
Right.
into the thick of trees. As you're deciding this, Lord Hammond is going to click out at his pale steed, and it goes on its rear legs and kicks this guy in the face.
Oh, nice. Damn it. Oh, I knew I should have recklessed. Fuck. I'm just so scared. Alright. As I'm gonna have to take the Lord Hammond looks like he can hold himself off for a while, but I'm gonna have to take the dire action. Oh, nice. Is the other horse going to its? Oh yeah, that's what he's doing. Never mind.
It's no, it's just his horse.
Okay.
He gets it to pounce up and hit this guy in the face.
Nice. All right, yeah. As I have to drop my speed to 0 as he takes the has to take that dire action.
All right, go ahead and take your additional action.
All right. And this one's gonna have to be reckless against the crazy guy.
Okay.
So dumb. All right. 28, nice. No nature's wrath, but and he also has to make strength saves if he's alive.
He's barely on his feet still.
Tough demon.
He's prone.
Nice. And there's his horse just hanging out. As unfortunately, that's
Guy tries
bonus.
to get up.
Yeah.
As that's happening, and your dog.
Bonus action, burn a spell. Nice dogs to heal up.
Gets up and then strikes at you.
Oof, that's rough.
Let's see with 1.
Yep.
Reduce to 2. Your dog is not letting go of him.
Nice.
It brings him down, and
Nice.
then Megared's gonna coup de grace his throat. Yeah, rips this guy open from the neck. Blood sprays upwards. Cautiously approaching this way and boom, boom, shooting at the bigger of the beast. Natural
nat
20 to
20.
hit you. Roll a con save. Against injury, so you take 19, reduce to 9. DC 5 injury. Yeah,
Nice.
good. Just a fucking beast thing to you.
Just a 9. Oh, jeez. Okay.
This guy's
Whoo.
horse kind of freaks out and runs away. This guy's gonna shift. Take a shot at you.
Yep. Advantage. Oh, thank goodness.
Still misses. Kind of freaking out. That's okay. This guy's gonna do the same thing.
16.
Miss.
Oh, thank goodness.
Okay, 2 swings from this individual at the big wolf.
No, no.
You're holding it
Absorbed
down.
into the hide.
And Lord Hammond looks to the sky and says, I think they could use your help. He has his horse disengaged, seeing this to be true, and is also gonna fucking shoot at you.
Yeah.
Just kind of instantly swayed.
Just
18
hits.
to hit.
Oof. As if he takes the win, then he just can't move, and he can only take an action or a bonus action, right?
Yeah.
Okay. As I have to take the wind. I have no choice.
You see it coming, you turn your head and like take it to the thick of your skull, your forehead, and kind of break it upon your brow. Yeah, and you kind of your vision goes blurred for a second, kind of out of it. At the same time, this guy strikes down at you. You guard on his mount.
Ooh.
He crits you in that moment of opportunity.
14. Oh, another con save.
So ignore the psychic. You take 16 plus 6, 22, reduced to 11. You make the con save.
Jesus. Okay.
Okay, another shot hails out towards you. A 4 misses. Told you why gets rain in his eye.
Sorry, guys. This is gonna be a long
And this
combat.
guy fights out at you as well.
19 hits.
1 hit. Reduced to 4. Crazy hitman. He's gonna stand up, provoking an attack.
Yes, sir.
But before you take it, this horse attacks him for some reason.
Oh.
It just like smushes his head while he's on the ground. While they bring up the sheet. But it
praise
seems
nature.
Like it goes to hit him and he dodges out of the way. Boom, boom. So you can take yours now if you want.
Oh yeah. This prick's not getting out of here.
Hits.
For
yeah.
Oh,
As
13.
he's getting up, you rip him back down. He does kind of simultaneously get at least one stab off as he tries to like get his death blow into you.
You prone prick. So I think it'd be normal. Oh, the final death throws. Oh, that is nasty.
Save against
2 con saves.
41 poison damage.
So this is against
final
poison,
death throw,
and this is against the injury. Okay.
Alright, you make both. So 41 poison reduced to 20, and then 9 piercing reduced to 4.
Okay. So 3 and
comes
then
to you.
20, so 17. Alright, so he's out of wolf form. Okay.
Roll a d4, see which space you occupy.
Gotcha. We can only take an action or a bonus action, so...
Yeah, and you just go, winded, where you were stabbed in the forehead as a wolf. There's like blood dripping down your brow there.
Right. As up. First thing first, still on this Madden craze. Going for that one right in his range. Not even thinking. 2 more reckless attacks coming out. And... Oh, yes, sir. One-handed. 24. For 22. And it's that guy.
Very bloodied. You stab through his gut. The horns of the wolf now extend this long spear in your hand, which penetrates through him. And he's still standing but quivering.
Right.
You get your full action.
Yeah, right. Okay, no mercy. Goes to finish him off for
Hits.
25. 11.
Just enough.
Alright.
Then stab him again, double tap.
And then for his dire action, he takes another...
Well, you dire actions once per combat.
Oh, once per combat.
Yeah, and you can do it a number of times per day equal to your proficiency.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So, cool. Alrighty.
Alright.
Yeah, still reckless, still... What was this wild, this feral... He's also fighting... Well, he's fighting for someone else's life, but...
And your dogs are gonna jump up and bite the guy on his horse. And whenever these 2 dogs are together, they give each other advantage.
Nice!
I'm not gonna roll his save because they yank him off the horse and they both get an additional attack. Alfie doesn't take it, but Megara sure as shit bites his throat out. More blood sprays.
I see why they were specially trained.
Yeah, the dogs are scary, but unfortunately, like, you are more scary.
Yeah.
They just planted with fear begin to fire out at you. not knowing what exactly they're witnessing. No longer with advantage. 21 from 8.
21 hits.
21 hits for 10, reduced to 5. Come on. We've got to see this through. Too much on the line. And they're gonna fucking charge up on you. First guy's attacks are at regular. 23 hits. The next guy has advantage.
You will all die here.
The blood is dripping down your forehead. 2 more hit you.
So
Total of 3
6,
hits
7,
there.
5. So 6, 3, 2. So 11. Okay.
Who is this man? He looks back to Hammond. You made a mistake following us here. That's all he gets from Hammond as he then turns back to you and shoots you.
Yep.
Miss.
Oh, actually, because his AC is now 20. Because the shield counts now.
Yeah, so it looks like those are about to hit as the shield just sort of extends out from your arm, like you were still mid-transformation, essentially back. Like Groot.
So 20. That's all hits. Okay.
This guy whistles and this horse is gonna scared of the combat and thinks just to fuck off. He roundabouts his horse. And then just does a trample action.
Yep.
He just comes riding up on you full speed. That'll be at the start of your turn. That's with his mount, but he takes an actual attack.
Yep.
And he hits advantage because he's bigger than you on his mount, but misses anyways. Duck out of the way. Kind of recall your times to the true son of Madonia, what battles you've been in, and you were just kind of led to war right now. Comes back to you, top of the round.
Alright. As just seeing them all just afraid, he just begins this really weird, just almost feeling like the maniacal laughter of that jester. As he will turn into a hyena with his bonus action. As I will roll a hit dice for that.
This horse over here just gets so skittish of this. It runs away into the rough.
Alright. As for the hit points... it's actually plus 12, sorry.
And roll a
So
wisdom
43.
save as you almost feel compelled to attack the defenseless horse that's riding off.
Oh, okay. Wisdom save. 6.
Roll the attack.
Oh, yeah. Alright. As...
It's a reaction.
Yep. Ooh, okay. Hyena goes. Bite. 22.
Yeah.
And this was reckless, so it's rolled to crit. Nope, okay. As it actually takes his nature's wrath. So, 26.
And you bite that horse in half as you're laughing. Your forearm just extend. First, your head extends to this massive, almost alligator-like maw, and then boom, you chomp down on it as the rest of you extend and just ragdoll this large horse and kind of throw it to the side.
What? You know what? Let's send a message. This mother effing cavalryman. He goes for the horse underneath him.
Roll a strength save at the start of your turn because you need to trample.
Got it. Is there a size modifier?
No.
Actually, oh wait, he's raging. Screw that. Strength save. 29.
Fucking just growing in size. The horse kind of neighs and rears back at the last second as you withstand this. No effect.
Right. As his horse is pushing up against him, he just goes to bite off the effing legs in front of him. Okay. Yeah, teach you to get on my level, you prick. Reckless, of course.
You could have drawn this horse. This is your first attack on your turn, so this does get the thing as well.
Yep.
The horse is, you rip its head off and send it and the rider flying about 20 feet. The rider's got to make a save. somehow fucking like jumps off the horse at the last second. He sees you grabbing it by the neck.
As he's almost this maddened expression looks between all of them, like struggling to decide which to kill. As
You have another attack.
Oh, it's right. He did use his reaction to attack that one. That's right. Thank you, Paul. You're so nice. We'll go for this one. The one to the right. 23. 15.
Hey, buddy. Come to your dog. They run up on this poor fool, going through his legs. Oh no, 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 no! As,
Oh, wonderful.
He's dead. He's dead. The first one takes him down. Alfie takes him down, and Megara kills him. Again.
Boy, these guys are getting real thin on numbers.
They are. These two guys look to each other. They just fire
Yep.
at you.
I admire their commitment.
17 and 21.
Yep, 21 hits.
9 reduced to 4.
All right.
Hammond kind of turns to this guy and goes, "What is it that assassin said? Let's leave one to tell the tale." Run back. That guy just takes a deep gulp. As this guy swings out at you.
Yep.
17, 22. 22
hits.
hit. Get the piece of you. Reduce to 4 slashing. This guy doing the same. Kind of let's pivot around a bit.
Yep.
Which is positioning. Trying to keep you off guard. 17 and a 16. No, it's not enough. You spin around your body and knock him with your form. This guy is like about to say something to Hammond, but thinks better of it. That's hauling ass back to Bolt's watch.
Yeah.
Whereas this guy is gonna continue shooting you. Yes.
Just absorbs right into the hide. Superficial wound at best.
This guy runs up.
21 hits.
For 4 slashing. Comes to you.
All right. Goes for the one on the right again. That's still bloody. He smells that blood. No mercy. 26.
And you can hear, as you send another one to its maker, you can hear the ravens that are now beginning to swarm around this place. This place so untouched by society. They're all just kind of walking up above, and Hammond kind of like slowly does a head turn, looks up at this, looks back down at the fight.
All right. Goes to his friend right next to him. Second attack.
And he clicks, and the dogs come back to him.
All right.
Yeah, go ahead. Next attack. Hits.
Let me take off this. For 12.
Guy.
Boop. And, goes for him again. No mercy. As bonus action, he'll make another attack because he killed someone.
Yeah, the hyena.
17.
17. Oh, this guy's gushing blood.
All right. Seeing he's pretty much out of the fight, he's actually, no mercy. They all die. As he looks like he's getting ready to rip into him as this guy's bleeding out, getting ready to pass out.
This guy pulls out alchemist fire.
Uh-oh.
To strike it into you.
Oh, nice! That's a freaking nat 20, yeah. Hail Mary.
You take 8 fire, and you are now on fire.
Yep.
Other guy's guard is running off. These two guys take cue and start throwing their alchemist fire as well. Kill the beast. Miss.
Oh, phew. I'm gonna burn down this forest.
Not quite. They're being staunched as it hits the ground and joins with the mud. It's staunched out.
Okay.
It's the earth putting it out, not the water, though.
Gotcha.
Next guy does the same thing on you.
Yep.
Comes to you.
He's got to go for the. No, this prick hit nat 20 to. No, he's going to get the guy on the left. Mr. Alchemist Fire over here.
Okay.
Yeah. More reckless attacks for 21.
He's bloodied off the go.
Coup de grace! 14. It's 18.
Brings him down to 0.
Bonus action goes for the last wounded little pup. 29. You piece of shit.
It's a blood and chunks of men flying every direction.
As he just leaps. Lands in between.
This guy who was just dashing up.
Lands right in the middle of all of them. Just so, not even saliva dripping anymore. Just this raw, just blood and gore.
Scarlet, gore.
Like a gravy. Yeah. A gravy red. As a
2 attacks at you, switches to a sword. Miss. They're so beyond words now, and Hammond is just watching since you have this. 2 more attacks on you. 2 hit.
Yep. Oof. 4,
Comes back to you.
Alright. His hyena's form's looking a little shaky as it's definitely multiple, countless amount of bolts and wounds.
Oh, sorry. At the end of your turn, you did take this as well. So 4 fire.
Right. Yeah. Thank you. Oh, he doesn't care about the fire. Let that be a warning to anyone watching. As go for the one below him. So if that guy can't run. 14. Okay. For 23.
Blood
in the water. 15.
Rip him down.
Bonus action for this prick. One to the north.
Hits.
For 11.
Okay.
Alright, and you know what? Bonus action, he's gonna spend a 2nd level spell slot. As his begin growling and just lipping up the blood for a moment, his wounds begin to heal right in front of them. All their work they've done, all for naught.
Okay, yeah. This guy just continues in his frenzy of his own.
Yep.
18 to hit.
18 hits. Oh, he'll eat it. Yeah.
His comrade tries to do the same. 1 hit. 12 reduced to 6.
Yep.
Comes back to you.
All right. As. All right. Let's finish off this little wounded little pup. As 25
hits
on the wounded guy. 26.
You bring him down to the ground in a frenzy.
He takes 2 more fire.
Yeah.
As you know what? As he looks to the last guy, bonus action, he's going to unshift from his form. As he's now just but a man. So we'll go to in the second action, he's going to initiate a grapple. He'll toss a spear to the side, free action, and attempt to grapple this man.
Okay. While you're still on fire, wearing it.
Oh
like a
yeah.
mantle.
Yep. 19.
Got him. That's one of your attack actions.
Oh, his second one, he did that first time bite. That was his second attack action.
Okay.
As he will, with half movement, 20 feet, drag him right in front of Lord Hammond, the last survivor that he knows of. Now goes by as the last guy, as he will drop him down, and he will hold this man for judgment in front of Lord Hammond. One hand, shield in one hand, this guy's back of his head, back of his neck, holding him up to the Lord.
And you both take 2 fire damage. Lord Hammond looks to him and says, I'm sorry you've been so deceived. I told the others, you shouldn't have come here. As the dogs run up and start mauling him.
Oh, God.
As they rip him apart in your grip. And your rage does not subside as it comes around to you.
Oh, yeah.
As you feel like just ripping this man up.
Oh, yeah, that's you read my mind, Paul. As
wisdom save.
Oh, yeah, okay. You know what? He's right in front of his lord. He's going to use his inspiration.
Okay.
As he kind of looks to Lord Hammond and feeling that's his lord right there. As 23. So he'll instead of going down and killing this man, he will fall down to one knee, kind of taking a breath as he's actually not that hurt. As supporting himself a little bit with his spear, winded.
Saved my life, Galacos.
So is my charge.
Not. How about these shackles? The late Captain Viago shall have the key.
As he will stand up and he'll move over and he'll begin to try to work on the shackles, seeing that can't really do it by mundane means. He'll hold up the spear and ping,
You
ping.
take out the magical key and undo him. He kind of feels his wrists. Never been one that binds. Well, there's much to discuss. Let nature's wrath take back what came here. The beast can have the rest.
So as he's doing that, he's already pat himself out. But
Yeah.
yeah.
And mounting back up, the two we just start to ride on.
Yeah,
like
what
he's
about
very
that cliff?
nonchalant, as if nothing happened. We're still going. Perhaps now that conversation more adamant than ever. And so too the fact that I can call you friend. We now share a bond in blood.
I will kill and I will die for you, my lord. This gives a very formal
Careful of your allegiances. I'll even warn you in tandem to myself, lest they consume you. Remember the diverging river. Come now. Continue to ride on.
Rides out right behind them.
The camera just sort of lazily comes upward. We see the two of you in our peripheral kind of riding northward out of the clearing, continuing on your way as if nothing had happened. But of course, we notice the dead laden here and the scarlet red, which is being washed away by the rains into the clearing's grass. As we cut back up into the clouds, back up to Baldrick's Watch, where the events of the city transpire differently. we see once again Agnesia walking through the streets with Lorelei. Well, he's may be a savage, but he's a lover. We just gotta remember why he loved you. Shouldn't be too hard. It'll be more of a list of things we have to go through and really pin it down, dear. We'll find someone to talk to, a diviner or something, and let me get something to eat. I don't know, maybe we can do something
Hungry.
special. When's he supposed to be back? When did that retainer of Hammond say?
He said tomorrow morning. I can't
Tomorrow
remember.
morning? Alright, we've got the rest of the evening, day to prepare. What do you have in mind?
I can't think until we figure this out first. Where would we find a diviner? Then we can and romantic gestures and but he doesn't even told him I wasn't gonna pressure him at all or make him feel guilty for the issue that we're having, and this is a really bad timing for that right now, so I'm gonna need to figure it out. First.
Alright, well, we'll stop at that doctor that gave Adlin his medication.
So you can get some of the good stuff, or do you think he's actually gonna be able to tell you?
No, maybe he knows from colleagues, and yes, to both.
Right, yeah, let's get you the good stuff, okay.
Flicks her hair, and you didn't have an umbrella when you guys left, but you guys are just walking past the stand, and you just, like, sleight of hand, takes this nice parasol, and we just see the two of you now walking away under this fine umbrella. It probably cost 5 gold.
I didn't comment about it. She's used to that.
And sometime later, the two of you, from under the shade of that umbrella parasol, arrive to the same doctor, this lanky croc who is persuaded by Lorelei to prescribe her some psilocybin pills, and as well, he does know those who deal in nursery and infancy and nursemaids and such, and is able to direct you to such a place that is more specialized in that. This, of course, takes more of your time, the two of you, mother and daughter, not by blood, but by the nature of the time you've spent together over the course of your life. Just continue to hang out, and it's a day with your mom at the mall kind of thing, right? It's and you haven't seen her in like so
While
long.
waiting for the world's longest pregnancy test. It's a day out with your mom.
Yeah, yeah, and it's very awkward at times, and conversations are maybe like forced here and there because there's like this underlying matter. But eventually, within the nurseries, they give you a thorough check over. At one point, you're told to hold a potato in each hand. They find the results inconclusive, so they go to different means. Uh, a range of old wives' tales are used to determine if you are pregnant, until eventually actual
Sounds like a lot of
practitioners of
trash,
more
Lorelai.
repute are summoned. I have no idea what they're doing. This must be a local thing. Was one of the potatoes hot and one cold?
They were just potatoes, uncooked, straight potatoes. Just worried they were gonna ask me to eat them. I'm like, uncooked? No.
Yeah, maybe they thought you could warm them up.
And I could have if they asked. I cooked the potatoes for them, but
The one who had a fragment of sanity is coming back.
okay.
Hello there.
Hey.
We've got some results here for you.
Okay.
We're not finite, of course, in our understanding, but as far as we can tell, there is some life perhaps dwelling in you. You seem to anemically grown to a greater need of nutrients, if that makes sense to you. Perhaps not. But yes, I would suggest for the next few weeks, until any symptoms of pregnancy become apparent, that you take it easy and return if you're still in the city. Of course, we can help you from there on out. As is, if you are pregnant, you must be in the early stages, and in truth, the anatomy of genasi are not commonplace amongst learned medical journalism. But yes, there's some signs of telltale swelling common to any mammary creature, if that makes sense to you. If you have any more questions, feel free to ask. And Lorelai is like squeezing your hand as the guy was talking, just harder and harder. Her nails aren't digging in. And the father, might I ask who he may be? Is it another Genasi? Hello?
We can hear you.
Okay. Emmeline. He looks at you and he goes, I know this can be sudden news, but you're not even at olive state yet. Slightly past pumpkin seed, maybe? Expected in the next few weeks. You might be about the size of a kumquat within your belly.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I cut out at Lorelai gripping my hand. Sorry, my Discord.
Yeah, you
crashed.
didn't miss anything then. The guy just goes, I see you're startled by this news. Like, who's the father? Is he a Genasi? Don't worry, you're not at olive state yet. You're in a couple weeks you might be though. Might even be at kumquat, not sure. As he pulls out a bowl of fruit to represent this.
I've seen enough goddamn fruit, please.
Are those olives
Sorry.
good? Yes. If you do not feel to tell us who the father is, that is fine. But please,
Human man.
Interesting.
Human man. What do you want?
Well, racial philology dictates that much interbreeding is capable. Take a look at the Andarian half-dwarfs, for example. Regardless, please return to us if you are feeling any symptoms or cramps or things in maybe the next month or so. If this is indeed the case, you could just be going through a maturing, but I would recommend some precaution.
So you're not 100% sure, like, it could be nothing? Like, it could be? Like,
Well, we never like to claim entire definitive answers behind this. In case we are wrong, the best we can do is prepare you. But in my professional opinion, I'm not dealing with a Genasi before, but humanoids in general, and delivering many infants, you do have the early signs of pregnancy.
Blinks at him a few times. Okay. Shit.
Shows you
Yeah, you got a pamphlet on this? Okay.
They like tested your pee and like a bunch of stuff. You've been here for a few hours.
Do you have like a pamphlet or something on like what to expect? Because like I don't know
Yes.
anything about it. I wasn't around a lot of pregnant women. Okay, yeah, sure. I'll learn about it. It's not a big deal, you know. It's kind of whatever, you know. Don't even care about it. It's, you know. And he just starts spiraling as she waits for him to get the pamphlet.
He does, and a lollipop.
Thank you. She fucking takes a lollipop.
He nods to you, and you guys are escorted out. Okay. So I was right.
Yeah, you're
Blessing
always
and a
right.
curse to always be right.
Yeah.
But I'm not right. Like, not, yeah. But I'm so right. I'm always right.
Fuck.
Oh, what?
Let's go find somewhere to sit.
Okay. New York style, she hails out a carriage.
You better be paying for that. I'm not paying for it.
Someone's paying for it. I'm not sure who gave me this money.
Whatever.
And the two of you get into a cab, and we see you kind of strolling on. At one point in this cruise, through the window as you look out, we see the Waterford University, wherein Adlin and Sana have been doing research of their own for hours on end, becoming enveloped in what they're gleaning here. We cut right back to that to go ahead and open us up with our next scene. Maybe we see Sana just finishing rifling through a few pages and slamming a book shut, getting ready to pull up another as Adlin is cross-referencing the same, looking for details between the lines and context.
You find anything?
I think so. Here, have a look. And she spins the book around to face him and points down at a picture. We never did roll to see what we find on his subject.
Yeah, what is the subject?
Right now I'm actually looking to see about any old representations about older devils, things like that. Particularly about where is his name? Shurjnak, the Endless Eye. See if I can find anything that resembles the Broker at all. And also just Asmodeus in general, since he's the one I got to see in Hell.
Endless Eye was the Aboleth, right?
Yeah, that was the Aboleth, so mark that off. Yeah.
Yeah, we're looking for Scourges, I think. Maybe.
Alright, roll history check.
History.
Alright,
Whoever's heading
one of
this.
us with advantage, or... I
Yeah,
think
one of you with advantage.
Adlin.
Yeah, sure.
Alright. A 17. You cannot consummate or verify any illustrations or depictions of the Broker, though you can fancifully place his face on any number of figures within history that have acted as arbiters. You see that as far as Asmodeus, he's a well-known figure within theology and religion and such. He is the leader of hell. He is not inherently chaotic, and he has some part to play in the creation story of the world as well as its end. He's taken many forms. Most often, those forms are of a great serpent which consumes the world. One of these forms, during Genesis, was defeated, and its body still lays across the world, the fossilized back of a world serpent, which actually makes up one of the largest mountain ranges in the world. A big portion of the mountain range which surrounds Barum, known as Dendar's Spine. That's one of his avatars. It's also said in the end times, Asmodeus becomes as a serpent, a winged serpent once again, much more powerful, and consumes all realities once again, but perhaps is confounded by some prophecies. And this is, the research you're getting isn't like going too much detail on that. You're just looking at like artistic things and the Asmodeus being, he could be a man, a woman, a snake, all these different things. And the puppeteer of hell and a consumer of all realities.
Okay.
His kind of bottom line and goal is you find more artsy type stuff to do with this. That 17, not too much concrete evidence, but I will say you do it brings up something that Sana knows about. You see pictures and such of the unholy trinity, which is between...
Okay, yeah, that's what I was gonna ask. Perfect.
You see pictures of the unholy trinity, which is a fusion of like this goddess who was to be a paragon of knowledge, but it is the reason for a lot of bad things that have happened in history, as well as him, or it, he, Asmodeus, Hadar, whatever you want to call him, the winged serpent, Dendar, Mershulk, whatever. And them having this unison, which is represented by this fox. And maybe, if anything, that fox is adjacent to the broker. And then again, like I said, there's other things in history you see. There's been, strange arbiters and people and things in time that you just kind of end up going down this rabbit hole, and it's all very artistically based. So I'm not sure how much of it is factual, but it does start getting Sana down a train of thought and maybe bringing things up to you that she knows.
Yeah, on the subject of the fox, I'd definitely tell him to keep a lookout for things like that, where a lot of
And then you...
such. Oh, go ahead.
I'll try to cut you out, and then I will say, like, on the notion of that, her bringing up the fox and pointing out what that means, Adlin, with your insight jumping off of her, you're kind of like ping-ponging thought together. You guys are great research buddies, you find. You then insight off her that, wait, we've seen a fox symbol recently. Brunhilde, her family crest, is a fox with closed eyes, like being hunted with like an arrow through it or something like that.
Which...
And this land, Barum, and therefore its families, the Baroness's family, has long, long ties to the founding of the Empire, which was founded because it brought many discordant races of men, elves, and dwarves together against fiendish foes. And that final battle was fought in Hell's Wreath, the hold to the northmost.
I will add, with how old her family is, you know how Magnesia is sort of always herself in these cycles again and again and again, right?
Yeah.
Well, this fox, this being brought on by Shara and Hadar, is said to be the first unitary of those gods.
Okay.
It's probably a stretch, but I do think it might be important to consider with how old her family is and the strength of character she has. Again, it's probably a stretch. Just, I think, interesting.
Well, what I'm thinking is that they might have been a part of actually hunting down that creature.
Very true. Yeah, with their crest.
The crest to show the family's first great achievement, maybe.
Perhaps.
I think that's something that we maybe need to talk to her about, but it's getting a bit late, so I don't know if we'll get a hold of her today.
Rub out my eyes. Probably right. Much to think about.
Yeah. Well, we got a good bit done. More than I thought we would from an art library, funny enough.
Honestly.
Alright, well, let's get going back then. We should clean up. Don't want to leave a mess.
Right.
Start sorting books back.
Yeah.
As you're sorting book back, there's that the rumble of thunder, but it's the last throes of this annual storm which you're hearing. And elsewhere in the realm, Alikos, Lord Hammond, you've made your way to the Overlook. You hear that same rumble in the sky. It's almost as if the clouds part for a moment, revealing behind that curtain of efflorescence the two megalithic statues that go to either side, miles apart, but always within a gaze of each other. The dragon to the east and the man to the west, kind of overlooking each other and this great mirrored waterfall. From here, you can gauge much of the land, even on this obscured day's conditions. maybe even the twinkle of Bastion to the south. It is a great metropolis, after all, said to be the greatest capital of the world. Other than that, it's just a thick wilderness abound. The mountains on your side of the river where the dragon was said to once roost. Perhaps you'll make time to hike there tonight. Two of you sit here in peace, somber for a moment. I called you to Baldrick's Watch so I could help you. But it seems you're the one now who has helped me. In so many ways, more than you are aware of.
Argos looks at him but doesn't say a word. Just waits for Instant to continue.
You've made great actions. Scarlet Vanguard as a whole. In truth, it has been said, and I will say it again. As though this is only a new beginning. As for the matter of Pippa Penny, I have it on good account that the prosecutor for the people is being funded by the Black Mass. Moreover, I believe they hold some blackmail over his head. I'm not sure what, Alikos. Who knows what darkness festers in the heart of men that can make them into beasts? But this prosecutor has something to hide, and the Black Mass uses it against him. He will be a key piece in their trial. As well, my scouts talk of a location, a bookkeeper, a smuggler for the Black Mass, and a parent, an old criminal who had done time in the mines, a young lad who lived most of his life there. Perhaps he was involved with this heretical book that was given to Pippa and the triplets. The true criminals out there, and these dark agencies have pitted shade against the light of justice that you try to cast. What you do on this information is up to you. I am a lord of these lands, and so I will not condone you breaking its laws. But on that note, should these laws of these lands being broken, you as a new nobleman entitled must take it upon yourself to see that true justice is upheld. No matter what path you take,
Thank you, my lord.
and what I truly wanted to speak to you of was the insinuation of Duke Gunther Schultz's affiliation with the Black Mass. I think it's more apparent now than ever. But how entwined he is, I do not know. And I like to think the man is only troubled, manipulated, as many can come to be, despite their power. Pass the salted pork.
Yeah, so he'll hand him a glass of wine that he poured and pass some pork, and he'll. So, do you believe he's being manipulated as well?
I cannot say for certain, but it seems so, yes. I can understand why he would send Viago after me, and I would have had this audience with him, and I would have shown the Duke that I was right. It's a shame, perhaps, those loyal to him are so lofty to his ideals that they show a zealotry towards them that is unjust. Perhaps he knows not the hand which he moved against me, or perhaps he does. The fact of the matter remains the same. These skirmishes upon the border in the west, they are a flame being stoked by a common enemy. From the crypts of White Stag, to the beaches of Zarnassus, to the very cobbled streets of Baldrick's Watch, these agents move. But I think it's time we release the hounds of war back upon them. I feel a certain peace come about the land in recent days to pass, inexplicable, perhaps not noticed by most. But there is something there, something in the essence, like a fruit coming ripe to bear. These will be days of reckoning, and the actions of our divergence will dictate the outcome. Shall we come back to the flow of one river, or shall we strive to make our own path, still remains the question. And what spawn may we bear? Still, we do not know what seeds these food hold. Perhaps it is the wine getting to me, or the location.
It is beautiful. But my lord, with the pieces in place, how can I best help you? How can I continue to aid you further?
While you are here in the home front, till this matter with Pippa is seen through, aid your family and your friends as much as you can. Take to them the information I've given to you, but speak it faintly and light in places where the walls cannot listen. And act on it with allies only that you trust. I must keep myself somewhat distended from this matter. Precariously, the claims I have made against the Duke. There will be those who talk.
Yes. How long until the grand jury is summoned?
And will have to be pushed forward post-haste. Before this pair of moons comes to meet its cycle and the summer passes, we will have our answer. And we will see who the Empire puts upon the seat of Luxembourg to defend its right.
You most certainly know the Black Hand is going to try to put another puppet of theirs on the throne.
No doubt.
Is it possible we could elect one of our own? Someone we know who's independent?
What do you mean to imply?
Alikos just looks at him and gives a sly smile and coyly sips
That
his
is
wine.
what the people wish. And I would take up that cross.
Duly noted. So he'll munch on the salted pork.
There are others that have been sown information. Another noble. I had informed her of documents, letters I had seen come to Duke Gunter. Little spy craft on my own behalf. Precarious such, though, that these letters would come from so far. Any who comes from Barham knows that the holds work together with trepidation. So to see such vast correspondence between the Duke and the distant Baron of Hell's Wreath, well, there are those looking into such things already. When the time comes, perhaps you will venture north as well. And once the defiance of the black market is settled for good, we can turn our attention to the war proper, at our western doors. And I will release you upon them, and we'll bring a swift end to it. That is to say, if I'm still a noble come that day, perhaps the people will put me on the pillory. Perhaps they'll put me on the throne, as you say.
You know, none of us would let you ever go up on that pillory. At least, not by yourself.
I gladly give up my essence. if that is my reason to be. For I will be again. Looks at you sternly.
He's speechless. Just look at him and then he looks away. Does Lord really do that? Do he really give his life if it was implied wrongly? I'll sip his wine. I'll give him a nod.
In the other direction of the coasts, Saloon's River. That is where this smuggler dwells. This bookkeeper allegedly makes his business. Not far from the mines where he was raised, the prisoner, his whole life. Is that, in truth, what makes the nature of a man? Was he born he himself? Or was he created by the world around him?
I think I'm fairly confident on a good answer.
Suppose I'll give you his name then. Koska. Fallon Koska.
Fallon Koska.
Well, I think that about settles it. We've had our words in peace. We've witnessed a great many things today. We've shared much. How about we find ourselves the dragon's lair? He smiles, stands up,
nice.
and offers you a hand.
Yep. Accepts it.
Sturdy grip of the forearm.
My lord, one last thing. What about the captain? People are gonna wonder why he went missing.
I do not wish this to be public, despite the slight against me. I must be better than my enemies. This must be kept a secret.
Well,
the bodies burn. We speak of none to this.
Yes, my lord.
Can you keep me this secret? Even from the Vanguard?
Until death, my lord. I do swear it.
Nods to you. Begins to turn to lead you out and trek up the nearby mountain with the few hours of daylight left to find the old dragon's lair that many have tried to search for but never have. Go ahead and roll survival with advantage. Let's see if you can find it.
16. Oh.
You wander up the mountainside and the camera just sort of watches the two of you go. You do not find the fabled, it's like people who go to find the Bigfoot and thing, Loch Ness monster. You don't find it, but you see like a few trees that have been petrified for who knows how long, and you see signs that would implicate that there was once a great worm here. But alas, whatever secret lair it held, is still a mystery to you, at least for tonight.
Right. My lord, what about the bodies?
They belong to the land now.
So we are not burning them?
Oh, their ashes will go back to it. As they say. From dust to dust. We come from blood. But as a sword, we still do rust.
So it is, my lord.
The two of you spent some time trying to hike, and then at the very tail end of the night, on the way back to the camp, we see you stopping in the clearing, setting up a big pyre, stacking the bodies on high.
My lord, oddly enough, I have a request for you, if you may so humor me.
Of course.
As he will take out each one's bag, as he will take out the hilt of the wolf blade, the broken wolf hilt. I got this during a rather tough confrontation with the giant. It suits me. My lord, when the time's right, I'd like, if you may, I'd like you to gift me the sword proper.
And so I shall. And on that day we go to war.
Thank you.
Let this weapon be a symbol of that.
Aye. When I receive
Come
that
now,
weapon,
champion.
I'll drop everything and follow you. As fate wills it. As we will fate.
Yeah, yeah! And he kicks up on the horses.
Great
and the two of
minds.
you start to ride off. The camera just sort of trailing away once again. And in the night sky, sort of like the music we have ambiently playing right now, we can hear like a melody being pieced together, a song, a performance perhaps. As back in the city of Baldrick's Watch come that evening, once again with a longing stare, we see Agnesia looking out her open window, watching the rains fall, and in her reflection, is it rain going down the glass or tears down her face? We're unsure. You can surmise what you wish. We can see she's maybe playing a song. You want to describe that a bit for us, Agnesia? Give us like a little teaser for next week. Just maybe the emotions behind it.
Strumming at her lute, just kind of getting a few notes up and down, and she shakes her head and she doesn't like it. She leans over to a piece of parchment and X's out some notation, fixes it again, tries it one more time, tries it with the lyrics this time, and shakes her head again. Fixes finally to where she's content and writes down the notation for that, and scrawls at the top, Agnesia's Lament.
We just kind of see that coming across as kind of split screen style. We've got Agnesia on one side, Adlin and Sana coercing back and forth with each other with the leads they've made, coming back together now to the lounge. Elsewhere, Alikos and Hammond sitting around, not the bonfire of bodies, but the bonfire of their encampment. And just kind of trailing out. We're kind of ending the session here for next week. We'll pick up next week with the immediate day thereafter, Alikos' return from the Great Hunt. Kind of in this montage fade out, we know that you've arisen the next day and the storm has passed, though the land still drips with its wetness. And we just kind of see Alikos in one frame making his slow march back across the river, which is split for him, slowly filling in behind him and Hammond, where elsewhere Agnesia is looking towards the sun coming through her window now on the next day, the hopeful look. And Sana and Adlin look like they've been up all night surrounded by coffee. And then we just kind of fade to black. Actually, we fade to white on all of this. And then black cursive across the screen with little musical notes. Le fin. And we will pick up with the next episode of 20 Sided Tales, episode 79, next week.
Oh my God.